Hey everyone, welcome to an ecosystem session with Guillem. It's the 15th of September 2021. Hey Guillem, nice to see you again.
Hey, nice to see you again, David. Really long time, and yeah, it's always nice to talk to you.
Yeah, it's been a while. So we've held a few different contexts with Guillem. I'm just looking at my files here. I think he's been starring most recently in the Elemental Chess series. So you'll all know him from that. I think we also had him on another series with Ice a while back. Was it the games? There was something to do with games, and we were on with Eduardo there. And then we've had you on for the work you're doing with basically composable community hApps earlier this year and late last year. And then also from the low code series.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. It's a bit difficult to remember everything for me, but yes, okay. That seems right.
Yeah. So not here for any of those contexts today. So do you want to explain a little bit why we're here today?
Sure. Okay, so we are here today because we have what we may call the first workable proof of concept thingy that's working way for everyone to be installing Holochain on their desktops and be using it. So that's a huge, yeah, I'm very excited about that. Not only because we get to play with it and so on, but because people can actually get it, download it, play, experiment, and see that it's working and it's real, right? And like since RSM has come up, like what is it? 1 year ago, it's been difficult for non-devs to be doing that.
Yep.
So I think it's a big deal to be breaking through these barriers of entry in both the Holo side of things and now also the Holochain side of things. Right.
Amazing.
So, the name of the thing is the Holochain launcher. Yep. Right, because it launches Holochain and it launches the Holochain apps, right? So it's a bit of a no-brainer name. And if you have seen Holoscape in the past, this would be its successor.
Okay. Right? I was going to ask, because I would have played with Holoscape.
Yeah, so basically Holoscape was a way for you to install Holochain in your desktop computer, but for Holochain Redux, and this is for Holochain RSM. And for now, much more lightweight and much more focused on just installing applications and managing your, like the admin stuff, and then letting the applications do their own thing.
Yep. Okay. Wow. And so, yeah, so I remember the Holoscape efforts of, I think 2019, something like that. Again,
that's right, yes.
Let me check. Let me find Holoscape. Yeah, and then, so Holoscape got retired, is that right?
That's right, yes.
Here we go. Why did Holoscape get retired?
Yeah, so Holoscape, I think two main reasons. The first one is that it was tightly coupled with the way that Holochain Redux worked.
Okay.
So it bundled the Holochain Redux version, and it also held assumptions about the way in which you package your applications and you deliver them. And then on the other side, on the Holoscape side, how you install them and you run them. Right? So that was one side of things. The other side of things is that Holoscape was built on top of Electron. And Electron is a way to package web applications and so on and deliver a cross-platform binary that everyone can execute. And we have switched away from Electron to some other project called Tauri. Right, and Tauri is still in beta, but I'm liking it a lot. It's written in Rust, which gives us a lot of advantages, and it delivers a whole lot of new features that we want along the way. Yes.
Okay, got you. So Holoscape coupled with Redux, built on Electron. Discontinued as we shifted our efforts from Redux towards RSM. no point in maintaining Holoscape, especially as the community started to move towards either people pausing or moving towards RSM. RSM becomes tricky for developers, so someone says, "Hey, Guillem, can you create a launcher?" Or you say, "Hey, we need a launcher," or like, tell me a little bit about that.
Right. So this was in conversation with Art and Eric, and we were in conversation. I don't know exactly what topic. Like we were talking about some work stuff, like okay, Holochain this, Holochain that, and they were like in these retirements that they do once in a while, and they were like, okay, we need some way for people to actually install RSM in their desktop computers and so on. And I was like, okay, I may have some insight into that because I want to be working on something similar for the compository, actually, which you know about for the low code. Like the idea for me was like, okay, what if we package the compository in an easier way, like in a cross-platform package that anyone can install, and then, okay, non-dev people can actually use it, which is the idea of a low-code platform, right? And they were like, okay, so what if you just do the launcher and then anyone can install any kind of application, Holochain application, not only the compository, and then we already have what we need.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's a bit how it went.
Okay, super. And so, and then like, so how did you start thinking about the problem? Like how to build it?
So it was actually fairly easy in the sense that in the past, and for example, Damien and Connor, like with Acorn and Snapmail, they have bumped into a lot of problems trying to package Holochain, Lerky Store, and everything that's necessary in Electron. Right, because they are using Electron as a binary distribution and publishing platform. Sorry about the background noise. And it posed a lot of challenges because you have to actually bundle everything, and it poses a lot of challenges. When I started to look into Tauri, I was like, okay, this seems very nice. It even lets you put sidecar binaries in it. So just for a bit of high-level explanation there, it basically says, okay, if you put more external binaries, I'm going to package them and ship them, right? So I didn't have to actually go into the code and import Holochain and know how to use it or whatever. I could just import the Holochain binary there, and that's it. And whatever binary I need, I can put in there and it will run and it's all fine. Basically, the summary is that the Tauri API and the way that they have done things makes it extremely easy for us to just go, okay, we are going to build a Tauri application, importing Holochain, and on startup, we run Holochain. It's as simple as that, basically. And you can see, like, you'll be able to see the UI is extremely simple and ugly right now. That was not the point of getting a first thing working across platforms. It was to get rid of most of the bugs and so on that you can have with distributing cross-platform binaries and so on. But that's going to be polished. So right now the UI is just install application, open application, and then the application does the rest. Right? So instead, like Holoscape, what it did, if you remember, was you had this left-hand side menu with the different applications, and you were running inside a sandboxed environment. And in here, we switched the approach to just let the applications run on localhost on your computer, like as close the environment as possible to the environment in which they are developing, so that the developers have an easier time saying, oh, okay, so it's a browser. It's the same, like it's Chrome or it's Firefox or whatever. So it's basically the same.
Looks like we need to look at it.
I think so. What do you say because in principle, this is ready to go. What do you say if you share the screen and install the launcher and try to play chess with me again?
Oh, I'd love to. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Where do I go?
So I just
you've sent me a chat.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Okay, so then that's a release. That's actually a previous version, but I want you to, like, I want to use this one for, yeah. We can go into it later if you want. So perfect, you just did what any user should do, which is go and see their own platform executable. Yep. And then you should go where the downloaded binary is. Right, so you have downloaded it somewhere in your computer.
Well, awesome. Okay, applications.
And I'm still seeing your Firefox.
Oh yeah, so, no, it's because of my share. So new share, find applications. So no, you can't see that either.
I can see the applications folder right now.
Yeah.
But nothing else, like it's really small now.
There you go. You can see this now.
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay, and so now I dragged it in, Holochain launcher, but I can't, oh yeah, there I can see it. Mm-hmm. Now I run it, cannot be verified.
Right, okay. And you should, that's right now what we have without a Holo signing key for Mac, but that's going to change in the future. You should be able to right click it and open it in principle. I'm not a Mac user, but I have been told that you can do. Aha, perfect. Okay, so it's launching now. Perfect. So as you can see, the UI is ugly, like really ugly. Yeah. Okay, so now you should download the elemental chess UI.zip and the elemental chess.hap. And right now, this is a bit like the UX could be improved, but we are making pull requests into Holochain core and upgrading the launcher to be able to just deliver and install one package. Okay. So okay. And now install. Perfect. It's installed, right? And then you should be able to click open for it to open the application directly. Okay. And hopefully it brings it up. I've had, okay, perfect. Yep. So just put your nickname there. Yeah, sure, GM. And now I can see you. Yeah. Okay, send an invitation.
Can't see you.
Let me see. Valid commit. Okay, so it's like this is a bit old Holochain version. We should wait a bit for DHT gossip, like the DHT synchronization, basically. I can see you. So we are connected in the same network, that's for sure. Let's see. In the meantime, I can tell you that we are using, like right now, it's a bit not sketchy, but we are at an impasse in terms of Holochain versions because after the SQLite upgrade and so on, they have been developing sharding, right? And sharding is a way to make the DHT much more scalable, but that comes at a cost and well, not really at a cost, but they are developing and iterating in that effort. So these versions are a bit unstable when it comes to that. But sure. I do know, like yesterday, there was a tweet, actually, I found out through a tweet of the Holochain account that said that they have fixed most of the issues, gossip issues, and they were merged. So whenever there is a new release of Holochain with the new fixes there, I'm going to just release a new version of the launcher to be able to play with it. And that's it.
Okay, that sounds amazing. Here we go. I'm going to accept that invitation.
Okay, let's see. Dependency is not held.
So what's going on behind the scenes? So launcher's operating Holochain, and then what? Holochain's now connecting. Oh yeah, no, it's localhost. Okay, I got you. So we should have a peer-to-peer connection here.
Exactly. Yep. Like that's the idea. With Holo, you connect to elemental chess.holo.host or something like that.
Yep.
But in here, it's just you actually downloaded the UI, right? So you are actually serving yourself.
Yep.
Like it's just if you're going to a server, but the server is actually yourself. So it's fully peer-to-peer with only the proxy process in the middle. I'm still seeing some gossip
Got it.
mismatches, which is a bit of a pity.
Well, this is the old Holochain now, huh?
Yeah, it is.
Should I? Okay, I've refreshed. Let me see if I can invite you.
Yeah, let's see that. Can you try to invite me?
Yeah, I've tried, but I can't.
Ah.
So
okay.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yay. Okay, so it seems that we synchronized and now everything should work. Yeah, perfect. So Sicilian defense, let's go. Ooh, risky move. Ooh. Okay. Down a pawn. Okay, but I think my positional advantage makes up for that.
Let's see.
And that queen. I missed a kill, an easy kill. Oh my god. That's okay. We're gonna make up for it. Okay. Like I'm a back queen, so should be okay. That's castles. What's that move? Okay. Okay. Actually, I think that's fine. You can eat that. I don't care. That radical. Okay. Perfect. You've given me free rook file. That's fine. Yeah, but then what about this? Yeah, but the problem is this. Yes. Yes. Okay. So that's a check. Going to collect a knight. That's good. That's cool. Okay. Oh, my knight. Okay, like this. Yeah, that's cool. Oh my god, that king is brave. Like so brave. Maybe too brave, but it's like going to meet my king. Say hi. Okay, there has to be some way through. I don't even care about that bishop.
Some way through my impenetrable defense, you mean?
Like, yes, very, very much impenetrable. Yes, that's the adjective I would just. What now? What's the best? Venga, va. Yes, that's cool. Okay. Check. Incoming. And I think this should be it. Yay!
I've been working on my game since we last played as well.
Oh, really?
You're laughing.
I'm sorry, but are you joking or not?
Look at him.
I can tell, I'm sorry.
Oh, look at that. And there we go. Wow.
Yep. So as you see, like it's the launcher is now much more lightweight thing that just does the admin stuff. And then lets the applications figure it out on their own little port. Like you see there, localhost 4040. That's a bit ugly for now, but it works. So different applications will have different ports, so will be hosted on different, like just as if they were hosted on different URLs.
Got it.
Right? And right now it's not like this, but in the near future, we are going to make it so that the applications can't really access the admin stuff. So from test, you wouldn't be able to install or uninstall or whatever an application. You only would be able to do testings. Right? So the launcher knows what UI should be able to control what application and should help in that.
Okay, amazing. All right, and so at the moment you've got chess, and what are you gonna just focus on chess for a while, or add chat, or like what are you thinking? Yeah,
so right there, but in the README of the launcher, there is a mini guide on how to set up your own UI for the launcher. If you go, let's just show it for a bit. If you go to code, like at the README, in the README of the repository. No, not there, sorry. Top left, there is code. There. That's fine. If you click there. So if you go down a bit in the README, preparing your UI. So this is what a new, like a Holochain developer has to do in order for the UI to be compatible with the launcher as is right now. So anyone right now can just package the application, package the UI, and it will work on the launcher.
Amazing.
Right? In the future, like this is a bit clunky still because you have to be downloading .zips and packages and be installing them and so on. But in the near future, you will have the App Store. And in the App Store, people will be publishing apps. And then from the launcher, you will be able to select the app and install it. Right? That's it. So there's honestly not that much other to say because like it's simple. And actually, I like a lot that it's simple because it means that there is like little surface for issues. Most of the work is being done already by Holochain. So we are not we don't want to be adding features to the launcher because then if other people want to run Holochain without the launcher, they should be able to do the same things, right? So the launcher should be this really lightweight layer that can launch things, really, basically. This new version you are actually opening is the one that introduces Windows support. So if you see there the .msi file, this is the one that introduces Windows support. Unfortunately, I was trying this version today. I couldn't get Gossip to be working because this is version 00104 of Holochain. And there is some weird Gossip bug there. But like as I said, next week we should have a version which is going to be used in the DevCam, which is going to be used by the launcher, which should be stable enough so that people can start to play and experiment for real. Yes.
Amazing. Outstanding.
Yeah, so there's really not that much else to say.
Well, I think for everyone, they know, like, when it, like, over the next few months, as we start to see more hApps running off launcher, they'll be able to put your face to it. I appreciate your work.
Yeah. Oh, that reminds me. In Holo, like, I know Alastair is working on having elemental chat ready for Holochain launcher also.
Yeah.
So
okay,
I know that is happening, and I know that Terry Harris Brown is developing something called Where that should be ready in the next week or so also. So once this is out there and people realize that, oh, this is a really easy way that I can ship my Holochain, I expect a lot of little experiments to be popping up, like the forum or whatever. Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so one thing now, if like, how long will our game persist for here, our game history? Like, next time we find each other, I load the launcher, will that history be wiped?
No, it won't. Like, if you actually shut down your computer or whatever, this is persistent.
Okay.
This is all saved in a little database that you have hidden in your file system.
Okay.
Right. So you just send me an invite. If I quit the launcher and I reboot it again, I'm going to get it if you are in the DHT, right? So keep in mind with Holochain that you have your local view of data. If you have sent me an invite, but I'm not online, and then you shut it down, there is no one to hold it.
Yep.
Right at this moment. So if we really wanted to have this asynchronous behavior, we should have like an always on chess node.
Yep.
And we could do that. But at the moment, this is not working. Well, this we have not done that.
Yep. So, okay, so that's fine. So the only time. So then what would happen? So, for example, we're mid-game and you quit. Then when you come back online, can we jump back into that game?
Yes, totally. Like, everything is persisted.
Yep.
But you have to keep in mind that if you have done something and you're offline, then I can't know that you've done something.
Yes, yeah,
like, got it. There is no middleman, right? No. This is all peer-to-peer. If there are no peers, there is no network.
Yep.
Right? And this is a really different behavior than you have seen in Holo. Yep. Because in Holo, you have the always-on Holo port, and at least there is one node holding everything.
Yep.
But in here, this is really peer-to-peer. So we have to be online at the same time to communicate what we have.
Yep.
If we quit and we go online again or whatever, data is not going to be lost.
Yeah.
It's just that if we want to share things, we have to be online at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, and then we're holding a slightly different context because you don't know what I've done and I don't know what you've done. And so we have to then synchronize and reconcile. Yeah.
Exactly. But once we are synchronized, we can continue from the point that we were.
Yep. Okay, cool. And then
absolutely. Yeah.
And then with so again, back in the elemental chess, if then we found someone else who was playing chess on Holochain and they were active, they were connected, then I could discover them and do the same thing. So it just allows me to operate multiple peer-to-peer connections. Is that right?
Sure. Like if like the only prerequisite is that when they are online and creating their profile, like they have to be online at the same time as some other peer to be able to share.
Yeah. Okay. Let me ping so I can see. Is there anyone online?
But definitely, like this is supporting multiple players for sure.
Yeah. It would be cool if I could do, given in this context, it would be cool if I could be playing concurrent games in elemental chess. Is that possible?
That's a really good point. Right now, in the version that we have just launched, it's not possible. But in the version, like you have seen 0 to 1,
yep,
that is possible.
Wow.
So it's a versioning thing. Like we are playing in an old elemental chess version. In the new version, we are able to play multiple concurrent games. Yes.
Okay, we've got it. Okay, we've got to do an ecosystem session on that. Line up a few people.
Yes. Okay. Cool. Like
when do we do
chess party?
Exactly. Let's do our chess party. Grandmaster Dave can take you all on. Now, what happens to when are we going to do Elo scores or some other reputation thing? Because I feel like my game's improving, and I'm not getting any recognition from that. Like you laughed at me, but this time, but I swear I took more pieces. I lasted more moves, and I've been working really hard. My 5-year-old doesn't he only took 30 moves to beat me last week. So I'd like to see some of that recognized so I can point to you and say, hey, look, my Elo score's improved.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And this is in the works. I have designed it, but we have to start implementing it. It shouldn't be that hard. And hopefully, like in the next week, 2 weeks, when the launcher, Holochain stabilizes, launcher stabilizes, and hopefully then we can have a version of elemental chess with ELOs.
Oh, okay, that'd be sweet. If we could do we do ELOs, some form of tournament play, and then we have the concurrent games.
Yes.
Then I'm gonna put something out there and take everybody on.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. There is actually a weird thing, weird dependency between ELOs and concurrent games, in which what happens, to compute your next ELO, you take your previous ELO, and depending on the result of the game, you sum or you subtract or you add, right? But if you have two concurrent games, that breaks it a bit. So we have to make some assumptions and some decisions, because if I have 1,000 concurrent games, and I keep playing, and then at the end of it, I have improved so much that I win them all. Okay, what should the ELO do? So there is some weirdness there.
But how does that get addressed normally? Because that must be possible, right? Like, as in, people are playing many concurrent games.
Actually, I don't think they are. So I think that the way in which FIDE and Lichess and chess.com and things like that solve it is by not allowing concurrent games. But okay. I have to investigate, and if that's the case, we may have to do some hacky workaround, in the sense that, okay, we are assuming that the ELO is the one that you started the game with.
Yep.
And I don't know, to tweak a bit the formula. I have to investigate a bit. But it was funny. I realized, okay, concurrent games break ELOs. That's funny. Didn't thought about that. Didn't think about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess something is because it's ELO's computed only at the completion of the game, right? Do you need it? So basically what's going to happen is you've started 1,000 games, and most likely it's going to be calculated based off a game that was completed that could have been started after that current game was started or whatever, and therefore what does that mean? So I think I broadly understand.
Yeah, so ELO is basically you start with 1,000, you play a game and you have 1,005, for example, and you play a game and you have -10, so 995.
Yep.
But what does it mean to have two concurrent games? So from 1,000 you go to 1,005, and then when the other one finishes, what should you update? Should you update the 1,000 or should you update the 1,005?
Yeah.
Because the ELO formula actually takes into account the previous ELO you have, and calculates the expected result that you're going to get.
Yeah.
So and if you don't get that result, that means that okay, we have to adjust your elo. It's just I didn't want it to bring it as a blocker because we can find out a way around it. I want to bring it as more of a fun observation. Like, it was really curious for me.
I understand, because then there's going to be, like, as this picks up, there's going to be some chess buffs out there who have either designed a way to do this or will get their heads around how to do this. Yeah, especially when they see me rocketing up the Grandmaster charts.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Interestingly, like I have seen chess ELOs, like in really big leeches and chess.com and things like that, and people get to 3,000 is the max.
Yep.
But if you're a community of 10 people, I think the max ELO you can get is much lower. Should be, actually.
Yep.
But okay. That's part of the game. That's interesting.
Yep.
Right? Because you are not, like, ELOs is a way to rank people, and there's not so many people to rank.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, we'll have to build the community then.
Cool.
If I'm to fulfill my dreams of,
of reaching 3,000.
Exactly.
Magnus Carlsen level. Yeah.
Chess stardom.
Yeah, and the next frontier is to beat the AlphaZero chess, AI. Like that's
not a problem. I mean,
put it on next sprint. That's not a problem.
Exactly. No, but actually, on that point, like, can I guess we could easily incorporate, like, an AlphaZero as an agent, right, in the network? Another AI in the network. Like, how would that work?
That's interesting. I haven't looked closely at what AlphaZero does. What we can do for sure is have an external, like, you have an AlphaZero agent, yep, and you install an engine outside of Holochain that makes the moves in Holochain.
Yeah, okay.
Right, so that's for sure that we can do. Yep. Incorporating into the DNA itself, not so sure. Like, we have to look at the technicalities.
Yeah, okay, that would be pretty interesting.
Bottom line is, yes, we could do it. Actually, what a lot of these chess services do is they incorporate, I think they incorporate Stockfish, which is a chess AI, but in the browser to be able to realize what moves you did wrong, right? So you can replay the game, and the AI tells you, okay, here you messed it up. Yep. Here, I don't know what the hell you are trying to do. Here, brilliant move, right? So, and it's like, this is a really interesting way to improve right now. But honestly, it's making also chess a bit stagnant.
Oh yeah.
In the sense that everyone knows what the best openings and the best moves as after the openings are, and so on. So, I was talking the other day with friends that are really into chess and so on, and they told me that the best thing that you can do is play secondary best moves, because then you hopefully go down a route that the opponent hasn't studied. Right? So instead of playing the absolute best move, you play the second best move, hoping that they haven't read that line. Yeah, and they are on new ground, right? Otherwise, people know main lines.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. It's like, it's like weird traffic flows based on people following Google Maps, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a really good comparison. Yes.
It's a weird world. You could have just stayed on the highway, but for some reason you take this crazy turn off and then you find yourself in a traffic jam.
Yes.
Because the map has told everyone to go, and no one knows there was no traffic if you just stayed straight.
And I have,
You go.
No, I have even heard some grandmasters saying, okay, we need to tweak things a bit and we need to remove castles from the game.
Yeah, okay.
And
Well,
things like that.
this is going to be really cool because, like, in theory, again, we should be able to set up like lots of that kind of experimentation.
Yes, that's quite easy actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, let's do it. Okay, well, let's maybe we'll get all the concurrent games and everything going, and yeah, maybe like this came up I think in the conversation with Sid and the neighborhoods team. And this is like when last time I was chatting to them, I was like, can't you guys come up with cultural practices for chess? Like things like this, things like removing the castles and see what happens and form a community around that. Okay, we definitely need to play with it. And maybe we could play with the neighborhoods guys and see like, well, what,
Yes.
and I can probably pick up with a couple of the people who are suggesting it and get them involved and see how the game works.
That's totally, that would be really cool. And I think Holochain is uniquely positioned to do that.
Yep.
In the way that you can clone DNAs but tweak a bit the rules.
Yes.
That would be really, really fun.
God, what are we going to call it? If it's without a castle, we call it Hess, castleless chess.
Okay, like it.
And we could do, yeah. So we could have elemental Hess. But you know, the thing is, I could potentially be the world #1 at Hess for a day.
That's really good.
Until I discover you in the game.
But you can keep like retweaking the rules and say, okay, here is a new game and the first one.
Exactly, elemental hiss.
This is good. Yeah. And then you are in this infinite run of creating new games and getting people to sponsor you, saying, hey, I'm the first one. Please pay me.
Exactly. That's where I can like work with some AI people to be infinitely spinning up new chess-related games. And then I can like go into the Guinness Book of Records, most top rankings of new games. But then am I no, it won't be, it'll be the agent book of records as well, won't it? That's the thing in the Holochain ecosystem.
Fun times are coming. All of these are,
But seriously, like on a deadly serious note, like from what you've just said, like with, okay, so I set up I install launcher and elemental chess. I get the code for Alpha Zero, build an application, and then Alpha Zero is just going to be an agent in elemental chess, right?
You could have Alpha Zero be an agent. You could have every agent be alpha,
every agent can incorporate Alpha Zero, but then you start to say like, suddenly I'm playing some, newbie with like 800 elo, and then that newbie like morphs into Alpha Zero.
Yeah. And actually, the chess platforms do have that problem. You are, and it's really funny because you see these grandmasters go like, no, this looks off. And it's because every move takes like 3 seconds and it's like 99% of accuracy. And like no one gets that accuracy. That accuracy. And it's like, okay. And I think they have mechanisms to report that. Okay. Because like, there's actually no way for those platforms to prevent someone controlling your computer.
And what about Holochain? Is it different?
Not that different, actually, in the sense that, how do you know? Like, okay, we can do some authorization in the sense that you can only call make move if you have signed or password or whatever. But then if I want to cheat, I can be running alpha 0 on the other computer. And just, okay, this is telling the move, and then I do, like, there is really not that many ways to prevent this from happening in advance. After the fact, you can do conflict resolution, you can do flagging, you can do reporting, these things you can do as well. Holochain doesn't change that much the game here.
No, well, because, yeah, exactly. I mean, I think it's just a limitation with technology, isn't it? Someone is always able to shift the paradigm.
Yes, like there is no way to detect, because it's actually the same input, the exact same input. And people could randomly be playing at 99% of accuracy.
Exactly.
This could happen. Like what, should I disallow a move because it's too good?
Yeah.
That doesn't make that a lot of sense, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be like, there's all these things around timing and pacing, isn't there? Because people are going to get into consistent habits with like how long it takes them to make the move on the other screen or whatever.
Yep.
All right, amazing. Well, Guillem, next time. Until next time, thank you so much. My goodness.
Thank you
everyone,
too,
thank you, Guillem. Thank Guillem.
Like, I would say what I've done with the launcher is just this thing. This is building on top of like all this work from all these other people. So this is the work from everyone. I'm just the one that is packaging everything into a good enough thing that you can install. So yeah, I'm grateful for everyone.
Oh yeah, no, but I was actually referring to him educating me on chess.
Okay.
That's cool. I agree. It's amazing. It's one day we'll have a Holochain application that represents all of the effort and care and skill that's gone into everything that we're getting to use and play with and laugh about. But I think thank you. That's a nice reminder and goes without saying for everyone in the ecosystem and the core team. It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, see you in a few weeks. Welcome back.
Perfect. Yes.
Such a pleasure.
And hopefully by then people can start to play chess and other DNAs, other applications in their own computer. So that'll be exciting times, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And definitely looking forward to Hess. So don't forget that.
I won't. Okay, noted. Hess. I'll look it up. Like maybe they have already come up with a name, but
sure.
if not, you can patent it.
Okay. All right. Until then.
Yeah. Thank you, David.
Thanks so much. Bye.